We're going to talk about the race for mayor of Carmel now. This was Jim Brainard's 7th time to seek re-election and win as mayor. Closest he's come to defeat, though. Yeah,
in News 8's Jenny Dreasler live from where Brainard's camp watched the votes come in. Jenny, a close race with a fair share of drama here.
A lot of drama. Brainard actually called this the nastiest race. Remember, this is his 7th time doing this. Nastiest race he said he's ever been a part of. The sexual assault allegations came out. That made for a dramatic finish. But then to top things off, his opponent, Fred Glenn, came out saying that the Brainard campaign tried to pay him $140,000 to drop out of the race. Tell you what, that's some drama right there. About 100 people packed inside Donatello's Italian restaurant in downtown Carmel for Brainard's watch party. His supporters cheered as Brainard entered the room after results were finalized, chanting, as you heard, 4 more years. The entire night, people were on edge, constantly checking the results to see the latest poll numbers. Brainard was ahead of fellow Republican challenger Fred Glenn the entire night, pulling ahead early on in the evening. Now, this will be Brainard's 7th term serving as the Carmel mayor. He said he has 3 big things he wants to focus on: keeping taxes low, continuing to redevelop downtown Carmel, and developing more green space and trails.
The great thing is that elections are special in this country, and people get to decide who their leaders are. And it's a great feeling right now to know that the community has trust in us, and it's nice to see this affirmation from the voters that the majority are happy in the direction that we're headed.
Now, when I asked Brainard if the sexual harassment and campaign payoff allegations against him may have swayed some voters, he said yes, he believes they had, but again telling media it was a nasty race. He reiterated that he just wanted to stay positive and only talk about moving Carmel forward. Now, we have not heard from Fred Glenn's campaign yet. We were told he was watching the race privately tonight. When asked about Glenn, Brainard would only say 3 words about his opponent, saying, quote, "He worked hard." Meantime, the Board of Elections has agreed to the Hamilton County Democratic Party's request to investigate those allegations. That process is expected to start next week. Live at Carmel City Hall, Jenny Dreasler, Wish TV News 8.
Yeah, that did not seem like a friendly fight. Jenny there, thank you. We're going to bring Laura Wilson back in to go over the result. Brainard won with 56% of the vote here. We're calling this a close race because it's Brainard we're talking about. Really, any other race, that wouldn't have been a tight one.
Exactly, and he's been in mayor since 1996. He's had challengers every time. This is the closest it's been. I think because of the allegations in terms of the election improprieties, sexual harassment, he said, you know, it was a very nasty race, and the numbers are definitely evident of that.
Yeah, still seems like he's on solid footing up there, though.
Oh, yeah, and I don't think anyone questions that. I think Glenn gave him a good run for the money, and it was close as far as those things go.
Do you see it having any impact on his tenure as mayor, these allegations?
Well, I don't know exactly how they'll fare out. Obviously, the elections, they'll look into that. I think the larger thing is this question of a shakeup, and as he continues forward, how he addresses these kind of issues. There's also the big issue in terms of the $1.3 billion. That was a large question in terms of the city's debt. So if reelected, this is something that he can address as mayor, and something he'll probably certainly want to do.
All right, Laura Wilson, University of Indianapolis political science professor. Appreciate you taking the time to come in tonight.
In other mayoral races, incumbent John Dreasler did not run for re-election in Noblesville. 4 Republicans were looking to fill his seat. Chris Jensen took 46% of the vote tonight to win this primary. Now to the mayor of Fishers, incumbent Scott Fadness up for re-election. He ended up with 67% of the vote there. As of now, he does not face a Democratic opponent in November.